All right, folks, welcome to video number 2 here for your test review. Starting at 41. Guys, if I tell you that x minus 1 is a factor, I'm basically telling you to divide by x minus 1. So set x minus 1 equal to 0. 1 goes in the cubby. You have 1x to the third, 0x squared. That's why I put a 0 there. Negative 7 for negative 7x. 6 for 6, bring the 1 down. 1 times 1 is 1, add them up. 1 times 1 is 1, add them up. 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. You should have a remainder of 0 if I tell you that x minus 1 is a factor. So earlier you would have had x squared plus 1x minus 6. Guys, you have to factor this. What multiplies to 6? Because it's negative, differs by 1, 3, and negative 2, leaving you with x plus 3, x minus 2. 42 here, set x plus 4 equal to 0. You get x is negative 4. Negative 4 goes in the cubby. Bring the 1 down for 1x to the third. You got 8x squared, 19x, and 12. You have negative 4 times 1 is a negative 4. Add them up. You get 4. Negative 4 times 4 is negative 16. Add them up. You get 3. Negative 4 times 3 is a negative 12. Add them up. You get 0. 1x squared plus 4x plus 3. What multiplies to 3 adds to 4. 3 and 1. X plus 3, x plus 1. You're going to have one of those tomorrow, one like 41 and 42. You're going to have two that look like 43 and 44. Guys, you need to factor out the x first in 43. Then cover a method that tells you that's, x equals 0. That's your first solution. What multiplies to 30? And because it's negative, differs by 7, 10, and 3. Middle term is negative. A bigger factor is negative. So you get x minus 10. X plus 3 equals 0. Cover a method gives you x equals 10. X equals negative 3. On 44, factor out the x they have in common, leaving you with x squared plus 2x minus 63. First answer is x equals 0. Cover up this guy right here. You get x equals 0. All multiplies to 63 because it's negative, differs by 2, 9, and 7. Middle term is positive, bigger factors positive, positive 9, negative 7. Set those equal to 0, you get opposite negative 9 and the opposite of this, positive 7. You're going to have two that look like 45 and 46. You can't factor an x away from everything because that negative 20 doesn't have an x. Instead, you do easy factoring. 1 multiplies to 20 because it's negative, differs by 1, 5, and 4. Middle term's negative, so the bigger factor is negative. X squared minus 5, x squared plus 4 equals 0. Set x squared minus 5 equal to 0. You get x is plus or minus root 5. Set x squared plus 4 equal to 0. You get x squared is a negative 4. Take the square root of negative 4. Anytime you take the square root of a negative, it's I. The square root of 4 is 2. That's why it's plus or minus 2i. 46, same thing. 1 multiplies to 30 because it's negative, adds to a negative 11. I'm sorry, 1 multiplies to 30 and adds to negative 11. That's negative 6, negative 5. Same thing as before. X squared minus 5 is 0. X squared minus 6 is 0. Set them both equal to 0. Plus or minus root 6, plus or minus root 5. All right, 47, it's the difference in two perfect squares. Or you can think of it, what multiplies to 25 because it's negative, differs by 0. Positive 5, negative 5. You have x to the fourth, so you need x squared minus 5, x squared plus 5. Set them equal to 0. You get x squared is 5, so you can get x is plus or minus root 5. You're going to get x squared is negative 5, so x is plus or minus I root 5. It's literally the same type of question on 48. The only difference is instead of getting plus or minus root 5 and plus or minus I root 5, it's going to be plus or minus 7, plus or minus I root 7. You're going to have one question that either looks like 49 or 50. You got to group the two together, factor by grouping. What can you take out from this first pair? They both at least have an x squared. So when you take out an x squared, if you take two of its x's away, you're left with 2x minus x squared divided by x squared is 1. Always bring down the same sign. What can you take away from 18 and 9? It's 9. You're really dividing by negative 9. That's how you get 2x minus 1. 9 divided by negative 9 is a negative 1. These two are grouped together, and these outsiders find love. Set x squared minus 9 equals 0. Cover up method. You get x squared is 9. The square root of 9 is 3, but you can also square negative 3 to get 9. That's why we use plus or minus. 2x minus 1 equals 0. X is a half. And lastly, what do the first two have in common there? An x squared. Factor out x squared. You're left with x plus 4. Bring down the plus. What do 4x and 16 have in common? A 4. When you take a 4 out, so you're left with x plus 4. X plus 4 goes in one parenthesis, and the outsiders find love, x squared and 4. Cover up method gives you x squared plus 4 equals 0. X squared is a negative 4. When you take the square root of a negative, first off, you're going to have an imaginary number. Square root of 4 is 2. That's why you get plus or minus 2i. when you set x plus 4 equal to 0, you simply get x equals negative 4. All right, that's 90.9, the quadratic, signing out for your second video.